This feel-good flow is exactly what my body was craving and needing, and I'm excited to share with you all today. Hello, all my relatives, and welcome to 7 Teachings Yoga. This is a space to practice yoga from an Indigenous worldview, inspired by the Anishinaabe 7 sacred grandfather teachings. Let's practice together. Hello, all my relatives, and welcome back to 7 Teachings Yoga. My name is Shayna, and I'm so happy you're taking the time for yourself to give yourself a little bit of self-care and love, and I'm so excited to be sharing my love of yoga with you today. All right, let's get started. We're going to find a child's pose, knees wide, toes close or touching. Walk the hands forward. Let the body rest here. Forehead meets the mat. Now in this child's pose, option to find some stillness. Option to gently sway side to side, perhaps getting a little massage in the forehead. As you sway side to side, you might feel the hips get involved. And then reaching hands forward, finding some stillness here. Perhaps setting a quick intention for today's class. An intention to just show up on the mat. Or an intention to bring the heat. An intention to take the time to care for yourself, whatever it may be, whatever's coming to mind and heart. Locking that in with one deep belly breath here. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, press into the hands, find tabletop position. Tucking toes under, shifting the hips back and forward, getting a nice stretch in the toes. Perhaps taking the fingers, positioning them towards you. So as you rock back, the wrists get stretched along with the toes. Fingers facing forward, tops of the feet on the mat. Inhale, arch the spine, gaze up. Exhale, round the spine, gaze towards your belly button. Push into the mat. Protract the shoulders. Inhale, finding our cow. Exhale, cat. Activating Ujjayi breath. Slight constriction in the throat and nasal passage. Almost sounding like Darth Vader. One more cycle. Take the left knee, make a triangle with your hands in your knee. Inhale, raise your right leg, cross it up and over top that left. Inhale, grow through the crown. Exhale, shift the hips to the right as you gaze towards the left side of the mat. Again, right foot is crossed over left. Hips are pushing towards the right side of the mat as we gaze over the left. Inhale, come back through center, side stretch on the opposite side, making that triangle. Inhale, lift left foot, cross it back and over. Exhale here. Inhale, lengthen through crown. Exhale, gaze over the right side. Send the hips to the left side of the mat. Looking for a stretch in the left side of the body. Exhale, release. Plant left hand under face. Inhale, right towards the sky. Exhale, thread right hand under the left. Right shoulder meets the mat. Inhale, push left hand into the palm, reach right hand towards the sky. Exhale, thread the needle. Right shoulder meets the mat. Inhale, open up the body. Right hand reaches towards the sky. Exhale, close off the body. Reach and twist. One more time. Plant right hand underneath the face. Inhale, left to the sky. Exhale, thread left hand underneath right arm. Left shoulder meets the mat as we twist. Inhale, push into right hand. Left hand reaches towards the sky. And exhale to twist. Left shoulder meets the mat. 2 more times. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close down the body. Last one, biggest range of motion yet. Find tabletop position. Tuck the toes onto the mat and just sink back any amount. Toe screamer. So if your toes are screaming, you're doing it right. But if they're screaming too much, we can reach forward to blocks, place hands on the mat, ease into this, and eventually get the toes on the mat. Perhaps not, but looking for a stretch along the toes and the bottom of the feet. Closing down the eyes if that feels helpful. Coming into the breath to take our mind off the physical sensations of the screaming toes. One more breath together. Exhale, release that, plant the hands, place the tops of the feet on the mat, sink back any amount. Ankle stretch. Might stop here. We might lean back so much that the knees lift. Looking for a stretch in the ankles. Coming forward on all fours, tuck the toes, inhale, find a hover. Now in this hover, we can just chill, that's fine. If you'd like to build a little bit more core strength, we're going to imagine that we're drawing our hands towards the feet towards the hands. Let's try. For 3, 2, 1, release, let the knees drop to the mat. Now, the smallest change can make the biggest difference. Yogi's choice. What's your body needing here? Even if we lift the knees, this is a great core activation. Let's lift. Option 2, pull hands towards knees, knees towards hands. Great job. For 3, 2, 1. Relax the knees, wide knees, toes close. Let's find a quick child's pose here. Let the body relax. Feeling some of the heat that we're building. Finding some bird dogs. Firmly plant right hand and left knee. Inhale, reach right foot, left hand in opposite directions. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, round through the spine. Inhale, reach in opposite directions. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. This time we're going to shift. Left hand reaches to the left, right foot reaches out towards the side. Ooh, building heat. Great job. Inhale, finding bird dog. Exhale to the side. One more time. Woo! Exhale, bird dog, and let's drop that. Let's never do that again. Just kidding. We're building strength. We're building heat here. Plant down through left hand, right knee. Inhale, reach right hand, left foot in opposite directions. Couple of traditional bird dogs here. Exhale, right elbow meets right knee, round through the spine. Inhale, reach. Whew, we know what's coming. Exhale, bird dog. Just 2 of these, my friends. Let's go. Inhale, reach. Right hand reaches towards the right side, left foot to the side as well. Great job. Inhale, bird dog. Last one. Exhale. Reach towards the sides. Inhale, bird dog. Exhale, release. Let's tuck the toes. Either find a child's pose or meet me in down dog. In down dog, pedaling the feet. One leg at a time, one knee at a time. Bending, straightening. Brain not working. Whew, those bird dogs really got to me. Finding a down dog here. Pushing hands into the mat. Reaching sit bones towards the sky, letting the head hang nice and heavy. Inhale, reach right foot to the sky any amount. Exhale, step right foot in between hands, drop back knee. Inhale, grow through the crown. Have your blocks with you. Exhale, shift the hips back, half split. Option to fold. Inhale, low lunge. Option to find a micro back bend. Exhale, half split. Now in a half split, flex those toes towards the ceiling. There we go. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half split. Let's switch sides. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky, any amount. Exhale, left foot in between the hands. I like to have blocks here. It gives me a little bit more space to move. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, sink the hips back. Blocks come with us. Inhale, low lunge. Using the blocks on any settings to bring the floor up to us. Great job. Using our own breath as our anchor and guide. Exhale, close down the body, half split. Whew. One more. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot to the sky. Exhale, step right foot in between hands. Inhale, grow tall, high lunge. Exhale, open up warrior two, back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Shoulders over hips. Staying here briefly. Couple of breaths. Building heat here. Inhale, flip the grip. Find your reverse warrior, reaching for the back of the leg, finding a bind. Couple of options. Exhale, windmill the arms back down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, foot to the sky, any amount. Exhale, left foot in between the hands. Inhale, grow tall, high lunge warrior. Exhale, open up warrior two, back foot parallel to the short edge of the mat. Shoulders over hips, hands outstretched in opposite directions, gazing over that middle finger or neutral gaze. Couple of breaths here. Might have a tendency for that knee to come forward. We want to work against that, opening up that knee, which opens up that hip. Great adjustments. Inhale, flip the top wrist, reach back for that leg, or find a bind in that reverse. Exhale, windmill the arms down. Plant hands, step back, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, step to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep, hands above head, come to stand. Exhale, hands down through heart center. Planting down through the left foot. Inhale, reach right knee up, hands come to prayer. Micro bend in that left knee. Exhale, finding our warrior three. Now in our warrior three, we're looking for a straight line from the tip of the toe all the way through the body. We might stop here. We might keep going. We might eventually get so that we're like big letter T. Option to keep the hands at prayer back towards the side or reaching up over the head. Exhale, plant the hands, standing split. Inhale, plant the left hand on the ground or block. Open up hips, right hip stacks over left. Half moon, reach right hand up and over. Taking your drishti, your gaze, looking in one spot on the floor to help with balance. Exhale, bend the front leg. Hips swivel. Inhale, finding stork, right knee lifts, prayer hands. Exhale, release that right foot. Whew, great job. I like that flow. Shake it out. Inhale, stork, left knee lifts, prayer hands. Exhale, left foot reaches back, finding our warrior. Again, we might stay here. We might reach for a chair, reach for a wall as we're working on our balance. Over time, perhaps finding big letter T, hands at chest. Ooh, embracing the wibbles wobbles. Hands at our sides or reaching above head. Exhale, plant the hands, half split. Inhale, plant the right hand on block or mat. Stack left hip over right. Half moon. Activate through that extended leg. Don't just let it hang there. Reach that foot and that hand in opposite directions. Great job. Exhale, bend through the right foot. Inhale as the hips shift. Finding stork. Whoo! Great job. Exhale, release that side. Maybe shake it out. Whoo! Maybe a couple of jumps, getting into the body. Finding a wide stance here. Knees and toes follow each other. Now I like to initially have my hands just above the knees, working to open up the knees and open up the hips. Another option here that might feel good in the body is adding a twist. Ooh, there's a crack. Getting our gaze involved. As we twist, we can take our gaze and find 1 more millimeter. Let's build some heat here. Release the hands, find prayer. Now we might already feel that the knees are coming forward. Adjust our stance, okay? With a little bit of resistance of the knees coming forward, that's okay. We want to work against that. Have the knees stacked over the feet. Great job. Couple of breaths here. Option to close down the eyes. Now here's a little tip that'll help activate a little bit more. Imagine that we're splitting the floor apart. See that what that does to our glutes? We're splitting the floor apart, which is going to activate our quads and our glutes just a bit more. Couple more breaths. Keep pushing that floor apart for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, grow tall. Take the feet, point them forward. Exhale. Let's fold forward. Wide leg forward fold. Hands reaching for the mat. Reaching for ankles or perhaps finding a bind behind the back. Couple different options there, or doing whatever feels good in your body. After those strength asanas, it always feels really great to find a stretch asana right after. On your next exhale, forward fold a bit more. Inhale, plant the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, walk the hands over to the left side, finding Skandasana, low lunge to the left. You might have your blocks to sit on. Might keep the hands on the mat. But we're just going to move side to side through each of these Skandasanas. Now, over time, we might get rid of using the hands as we shift side to side. Might also add a little twist here on one side and then the other. Finding movements that feel good in your body. Work through the hips. Whew. And some other crunchy spots. Great job. We're going to find a seated position from here. From our seated position, come to lay on your back. Now from here, it might feel good to let the feet splay out, knees come in. Getting a nice rest here. Plant the feet. If you have a block or a pillow nearby, even better. Plant the feet. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, find your supported bridge here. Now we're placing the block on the sacrum, so just between the low back and the glutes. If there's any discomfort, you can find a lower setting. And if you're looking for more of a back bend option, find a higher setting. My favorite is next on the medium or low setting on the sacrum. Extend one leg at a time. If there's no low back pain, option to stay here to release through the hip flexors. If there's any low back pain or discomfort, just coming back into bridge. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, release them. Bring the knees both into the chest. Self-love hug. Option to roll side to side, getting a nice stretch or a nice massage for the low back. From here, plant the left foot, cross right ankle over left knee. Option to stay here if you feel the stretch in the right glute and hip. Option to reach for the back of the left leg or the left shin for a figure four stretch. Flex the right toes. Release that side, plant right foot on the ground, left foot crosses over right knee. Option to stay. Let's flex that left foot. Option to flexing through the left foot. Option to stay, option to reach for the back of the right leg or the right shin. Release that side. With both knees in towards the chest, let them splay over to one side, either dropping on pillows, blocks, or the floor, but allowing the body to fully relax here. Not using any of our muscles to hold our legs up. Both shoulder blades on the mat. Relax through the face. Option 2, gaze towards the sky or look in the opposite direction that your knees are facing. Gaze towards the sky. Bring the knees back over the body. This time, let them splay to the opposite side. Again, resting on the floor, blocks, or pillows. Both shoulder blades on the mat. Allowing the body to fully relax in this restorative asana. Gazing towards the sky or in the opposite direction that the knees are facing. And let the face relax, the temple, the jaw, the shoulders, the back, the hips, the thighs, the feet. And with every exhale, feel the body get a little bit heavier. And let the knees splay back over the body. Finding any movements that might feel good or getting ready for the final resting shavasana. Corpse pose. A couple of other great options for the final resting is a supine butterfly. I like to take the blocks just under the knees. Hands on the belly, feeling the body expand on the inhale. Feeling the fall of the exhale. Or perhaps finding a wall, putting your legs up on the wall for another restorative option. Gratitude for self for showing up today. Gratitude for all of our teachers in life. Our yoga teachers. Moment of gratitude here for showing up on the mat today. And just taking a moment to reflect on how the body feels. After a little bit of mindful movement, some tension, releasing, stretching, mobility, movement medicine. Remembering this feeling the next time that our motivation might be lacking, or we need that extra push to give ourselves the care and the love we need and deserve. Noticing that in this stillness, we can really feel these different sensations. Noticing that in this stillness, in this quiet, in this time, we can really listen to the body's signs, the messages that we might be getting. Option to stay in the stillness for as long as you can, or as long as you'd like. But if you're done practicing, miigwech. Thank you so much for practicing with me. And I'll see you on the mat next week.